New information tonight in the Uvalde shooting investigation. A judge is now ordering Texas DPS to release public records that will show law enforcement response at Robb Elementary. And DPS has faced intense criticism. They have gone back and forth on information they've provided since the shooting. The agency has disclosed some information, but also refused to release records related to its response that day. 1 hour and 20 minutes passed between the first 911 call and the moment police eventually confronted the shooter. And that shooting last May became Texas's deadliest, killing 19 children and 2 teachers. We're welcoming in Texas State Senator Roland Gutierrez now. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Natasha.
Senator, I know this is something you've been pushing for. What is your reaction tonight? What do we need to see in these documents?
Well, we're certainly happy that the court finally took a position on this thing and ruled in the right way. I've seen all of these documents, as you know. I've signed a non-disclosure agreement. Some of the stuff that the public will see is very gruesome and gory. Certainly, we've got to protect our families when we're doing that. But I'm hoping that we get to some of the meat as to why the DPS troopers didn't act in the manner that they were supposed to, or why they didn't act according to what the rule book says you do. And so I'm hoping that we get to some of those answers, which they've been eluding for quite some time now.
Are you satisfied with the explanation or any explanations they provide for what did happen in that hour and 20-minute interim?
No, I'll tell you that it's been constant obfuscation, lies, innuendo, misinformation over and over for the last over a year now. The governor of the state of Texas also has refused to get us any type of accountability from the DPS agent, Steve McCraw, that he's in charge of. Not one person has been fired. One person was allowed to retire. The person we were told was fired indeed got his job back. There is no accountability at the Texas Department of Public Safety.
Do you believe that there is a pathway to action? Do you believe that people will be fired after these documents come to public light?
I think that the person that needs to be fired is Steve McCraw. I've said that all throughout this process. He was in charge of this entire scene. Whether he was in Austin doesn't matter. 77 minutes they waited outside while children died, while people still had a pulse. 4 people had a pulse when they finally went in. All of those 4 people passed on. We are in a sad state of affairs in Texas, and it's unfortunate, but nobody seems to want to tell the truth as far as the Department of Public Safety is concerned.
Well, and let me ask you about that, because of course there have been other school shootings since Uvalde. In March, there was one at a private school in Nashville, and the body camera footage and information about police response, that was made public within 24 hours of that shooting. It has been over a year since Uvalde. Why do you think DPS has refused to release these records so far?
Yeah, we've had many mass shootings, and in each one of them, we've gotten body cam footage and records instantly. It's clear that the failures that were here, as Steve McCraw called them, an abject failure, are not just the police chief or the school police chief, but also within the top cops of the Department of Public Safety here in Texas. And so it's clear that those failures are evident, and it's clear that they don't want to acknowledge them. It's pretty sad, but it's just obvious that is why they're obfuscating so much. They do not want to accept their responsibility.
Yeah. And we know this is just the first step. They could still appeal that decision. In just about 15 seconds, what is your message tonight?
I'm sure that they will appeal. It's time that the Texas Department of Public Safety tell the truth to the people of Texas and the people of the United States. Tell them what happened and why they didn't act appropriately in this case.
Okay, Texas State Senator Roland Gutierrez, I do appreciate your time. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.